How should a fresher introduce themselves during an interview to leave a strong impression to the recruiter?
With this, I always want to say, never start your I've always seen people starting like this. Myself, Parvati. Correct? Let's put it in Kannada. Nane Parvati. But most of us do that, which I've been observing because I was here last time. It was a long workshop. I asked people to introduce. Almost 90% of the students in the room said myself. No, I am Parvati. Okay, so that is first thing you have to always start. And like I said, when you introduce yourself, it's an opportunity given to you. But don't start with thank you for an opportunity to introduce me. No, you can thank them at the end. And because it's an interview setup, most of the students they start with thank you. Never start with a thank you. This is something which I have observed being in an interview panel. So that is something you should avoid. And just keep it as simple as possible. Don't reveal too many things. Okay, be it live or be it interview. Revealing too much of things is not required. Keep it to the moment, appropriate to the point. I am Parvati. I am a student I'm a student in KLE Society's Degree College. I'm doing my graduation in commerce, and I'm here to give this interview because the interests of your company and the interests of mine align with each other. And this is something you can keep it very basic. I like singing, I like dancing, I like cooking. Then somebody will ask you something about it. Be very sure. I've seen people say, I love reading. Okay, now they'll ask, which is the last book you read? Okay, chalo, you will remember, I read Atomic Habits by James Clear. Now they must have read that book and start asking you questions, you're thrown out. Okay, so even if you say I love cooking, I'm an enthusiast, cooking enthusiast or something like that, how much do we know about cooking? Is idli Indian?
No.
So it's okay that you know the answer. Now if you ask where is tomato from? Mexico. Right? Evan, there are so many questions to be asked. So keep it as simple as possible. Say I like doing it. This is my favorite pastime. Do not say about all those things because they are not hiring you for anything other than that. The job description is what should be printed in your brain, and then you should just talk to it. And last thing is, please stop revealing your weaknesses. My weakness is that, my weakness is this. Unless they ask for it, you don't have to talk about your weakness. Yeah, I think this should be.
Thank you. So I'll just, summarizing that, how can you, leave your impression to the recruiter is by only the way is being honest. Talk which is required. Now imagine we both are sitting here and we gave a title of behavioral etiquettes and dressing, and if we both are sitting here, we both are talking about movies. Would you guys interested to listen? Only if it is your favorite hero, you will listen, or else you will be thinking, ಏನೋ ಮಾತಾಡಕ್ ಬಂದೇನೇನೋ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Correct? This is what happens in the interview also. When you went for the interview, it's very important to leave your impression. They should feel like, oh, that candidate was so good. Right? So how you leave that impression? Only by being honest. Don't just drag yourself or don't tell so much about yourself. Okay? So I guess I address this in the class also, so that be very clear and very specific. And I just wanted to remind the students who are sitting in the back side, I know you guys have beautiful voice. We are recording the video, so please maintain the silence. So next question, what kind of body language should we avoid during the interview or group discussion? Because we already, discussed so many times. They were also attending so many soft skill workshop. So body language is important. They are like everybody are telling what kind of body language they need to maintain. So now I want them to understand what kind of body language they should not do in the interview.
First thing is slouching. Slouching is something all of us should avoid. See, the more straighter your shoulder is, the more beautiful, graceful, handsome you become. Okay? So people who hit the gym always have great body language. It's because they're conditioned to it. Okay? So that is something which I've also been practicing. So keep your shoulders as straight as possible. No slouching, because slouching is a very quick indication that you're not interested, and that is the worst body language anyone can have. Okay, and then, like I said, your facial expressions have to be appropriate. Okay, not too much. See, giving an eye contact. Okay, don't become like Shah Rukh Khan and start, just being mellowing down and melting down into feelings and emotions. No, and don't be like, very blank and dull and, lifeless. Give an expression that resonates and radiates throughout the room. Okay, that is the best thing. And say you're standing. Can I just stand and show? If at all your presentation or an interview is asked to be, stand up and give a presentation or give an introduction about yourself. I just tell you how you'll move your hands. In moving your hands, there are two things which we have to remember. There's something called power spear. Okay, the region above your belly button to your eyes. So this is called power spear. So don't move your hands here or don't move your hands here. Clear? So move your hands only in the power spear. This is one thing. Okay. What do girls do what do boys do when they forget something or when they do not know what to do with their hands? Right? Yeah, this is what boys do. Not to offend only boys. Let me say, what do girls do? They do this. Correct? Yes, all of us do. So avoid these two things, or folding your fist or something like that. There are two things which I say with both the hands. There's something called placator and leveler. Okay, placator is you keep your palm upward and just move it like this. Okay, don't do this. This is a cousin brother of placator, which is actually giving a bad meaning. So keep your palms a little relaxed and then just do this. Okay, like you talk to someone and this. Okay, otherwise leveler. Yeah, this is leveler. This 1, 2, 3 like that. Okay, this is something you can do. And one more thing, off late, guys, if you're giving a list of something, don't say 1, 2, 3. Say A, B, C, D. Okay, these are a few things which you can always follow, and the power spear thing always works. Keep your hands moving only in the power spear. Yeah, I think that should be good.
That's actually great thing which they need to inbuilt in themselves, because we also might be listening so many times. We friends also will be talking sometime. ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಅವ್ನ ಮುಖ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಮನ್ಸು ಬರಲ್ಲ, ಅವಳ ಮುಖನ ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಗಂಟಾಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತಾಳೆ, right? So there are a lot of things which we also do, a lot of mistakes we will also do, and that impression should not come to recruiters, right? That is very important. Even if recruiter is looking good, even if they're not looking good, whatever, whenever you enter the room, you just show, as she mentioned before, right words, wrong impression, something.
Wrong face.
So wrong faces. So even if you don't like that recruiter, so just have to go with a smile, hello ma'am, instead of hi ma'am. So
yeah, you shouldn't just say like, no, Divya ma'am has sent us here, so I'm here kind of expression. No, it's okay. It's Divya ma'am has chosen us to be here, and she's doing something. You should also have that expression that yes, I'm here because I deserve to be here, and also I respect that somebody is bringing in this company to the campus.
So next question, which is very important for everybody, and most of us, when I asked them in the class also, everybody has said one thing, that they have a stage fear, anxiety issue, right? So stage fear, anxiety issue, being a student is okay. As like after going out of the campus, it's not okay. So I just want them to understand like how they can overcome that anxiety when they went to interview, because I know there are few questions they might ask, tell me about yourself. It means they asked about ourselves only, right? So and for students also, when they ask tell me about yourself, they asked about themselves, but still they feel anxiety. As you asked few students, can you name your personality, students were blank that for some time, what is my personality, what I need to answer, how they can overcome from that anxiety, how they can overcome that fear.
Okay, one thing all of us should accept is this fear, anxiety and stress is normal. It's not that, see, I'm like in this industry for 15 years now. Okay, And like I said, every time I walked on the stage, say 10,000 plus times now, and now every time, even then, I have that small tinge of fear. Okay, there is a feeling of zoo inside my stomach. But like I said, it's about managing it on your face. And why do you get that fear? That's a very simple answer. It's because you fear judgment. That's your problem that you think, oh, somebody is judging me. Somebody is judging me. Everyone on this earth who says, I have a fear to talk to someone or tell somebody, how many of you can randomly walk to someone and say, hey, you know what? You look so beautiful today. So we're traveling in the metro or buses or anywhere. You might have seen someone very beautiful. Can you walk to them and say, God, you look really beautiful? That's what you think is you'll think she's beautiful, but what if I go and tell her she might judge me? All of us since childhood we are wired to fear judgment. Right? Am I speaking sense? That is what is happening around. So the fear of judgment is bringing you anxiety, other fears, or stage fear, or anything for that matter. First of all, guys, before entering to an interview room, please practice deep breathing. It will definitely help, it will work wonders. Just be with yourself and your breath. Just deep breathe and just relax. As you breathe out, you say that I have nothing to fear. And it will work wonder. As you breathe in, you say you're strong, you're confident. Strong, you're confident, and it will help you overcome this stress or fear or anxiety. That okay?
That's actually rightly said, because even I do the same. So this breathing exercise, because most of us, what will happen if somebody asks a question, even if she asked a question and whatever in the interview also, if they ask, tell me about yourself, we'll be thinking first ನಮ್ಮ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲ ನನ್ನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, right? We we'll have lot of thoughts will run in our mind in just a second, correct? So whenever you guys also face these kind of things, you just have to take deep breath, summarize all your thoughts, then breathe out your thoughts. So that's what I also do whenever I went to talk. There are a lot of things I wanted to talk, and everybody, we are also realize this, experience one time, ಅಯ್ಯೋ ನಾನು ಏನೇನೋ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೆ, ಏನು ಮಾತಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. How many of you felt that? Most of us, right? So we always think stone method, we need to talk so much, but when actually the time we don't talk all those, right? Why this happen? Because a lot of thoughts in our mind, which is make that thoughts are fighting inside. Idun first aid, idun first aid, then important we'll forget. So for that, so you need to practice breathing exercise. Just have to breathe, summarize your thoughts, understand which is important to talk, and then talk. Then you don't feel anxiety or stress. Yes, because of stress, yes, we get anxiety. So don't keep that stress in your mind. And the next question will be, what is the right way to follow up after an interview without sounding desperate? It means these students have not given interview yet, but they'll understand now. If they're not taking on campus serious, they'll understand after a few days. So even if they got rejected from the company, how they can show that they're still interested in that company, but they should not show desperancy that they want to work in that company.
But most of the times we do not have a contact with the company. Say if we are going through a campus drive, we do not have contacts with the company. Say if you have, maybe I think placement officer is a Spock who can actually, push again the same set of students to the HR. But if it
can we modify this, because since they are still attending on campus, by end of the interview, they want to create an impression to the recruiter. They need that job. They desperately want that job, but they don't want to show the desperancy in their interview.
That's what. Being confident is the key. Okay, you're very hungry, okay, and then you're in a very well arranged dinner, okay, and all the foodstuffs are kept in front of you, but you cannot start. You know how to hold your expressions, you know how to not show that you're super hungry and you're here only for the food. Though most of us attend functions to have the dinner, have the lunch, we do not show that, right? We go wish the bride, wish the groom, and then slowly walk into the dining hall. I think that is what is simply to be followed here also. But when you are introducing yourself, like I said, even there you can add a statement saying that I'm very much keen and interested in working with you for this reason. Right? You can list the reasons. And you can also say, working with your company will help me in these areas. It will be an opportunity for me to grow myself and also help you in the same way. So
Yes,
this is
because
one of the ways.
I just saw in many students, because this is the first, for them I'm the new placement officer, but it's been 6 years in the placement. What freshers they'll do mistake is, after the interview, if somebody got rejected, so what they'll do, ma'am nange job tumba bekittu, they'll show that desperancy that nange job beku annodu. So it's not important to show your desperancy that you need job, because you guys are in Bangalore, you have a lot of opportunity. If you got rejected in on campus, even if you think you didn't get any job in on campus, you should have a confidence that if you go out with all this training, you can crack any interview. So you should have that mindset. As I know, she mentioned about the marriage food. We honestly, like, how many of you agree that we go to marriage just to eat? I'm the one. Like, I'll go to marriage just to eat, not to wish the couples. So, but you should not show that, right? As soon as you enter marriage hall, you'll not go to lunch. At least for the formalities, you'll just show your face to them. Then you'll go and have food. The same way, so don't show the desperancy if you got rejected.
And just to add, what is yours will always find its way. Believe me, I'm 36 now, and I've seen this happening in my life. This is something I'm speaking out of my experience. But we have to be consistent in our work. You have to keep trying and trying and trying. If it's meant for you, it will come to you. Never be desperate for anything. Okay, and you're living in Bangalore, like she rightly said. You have a lot of ample number of opportunities.
So before going with the next question, I just have a concern to the technical team and those who are sitting backside. Can you just go and check whether they can on AC? Because I can't see student face, like they're just taking out their books, notebooks. I thought when they're taking notebooks, I thought they're making a points. I was like so happy our students are taking notes to make a points. Then I got to know that's not for points. So just please check whether if it is possible to on the AC. So they'll look into it, then we will continue, or else it takes a lot of time. We'll finish it off. And I have one more question regarding behavioral itself. These students are fresher, and I guess most of you guys heard me saying always that maintain professionalism, guys. You guys are in final years. It is important to maintain professionalism, but they are not experienced people to maintain professionalism, and they might also not knowing what is professionalism, how they can maintain professionalism even as a fresher.
Professionalism is a situation based concept. So if you meet me at my home at 4 o'clock today, I'm not the same person, right? Do you know to switch yourself is my question. How many of you at this moment, I say, I'm hiring for a role of a business development manager, and I want somebody to pitch an idea for 1 minute. How many of you are ready? Like I quickly say now, I want somebody to talk. Get up and talk for 1 minute. How many of you are ready? That switch is what is required. You can be you whenever you want to, but when you're entering the room or when you're with the people who are into hiring, you need to have that mindset. Yeah? And see, all of us are very professional because you remember we used to, clean our noses using, we used to finger our nose when we were kids, right? Do we do it now? This is so clean. Then we used to have our handkerchief pinned to our, uniforms, and then we used to use them. And now we're more sophisticated. We pick up the tissue paper and just do this, right? That is how you grow. I was just giving a very simple, example, right? Starting to eat like this, and then just do this, and then now to eating with fork and then eating only with knife or whatever you want to. So that is how you build up. Okay, but are you ready to switch? Is my question. Are you equipped to switch? Is my question. Say now, I'm just giving one of you a chance to get up and talk for 30 seconds. Anything, guys. Just get up and talk. Anything. I said anything. I didn't say a topic. I didn't say anything else. Anything on this earth. Just get up and talk for 30 seconds. It can be about your movie, favorite hero, or anyone for that matter.
Yeah. So before that, I just heard a voice when you asked them to talk for 30 seconds. Somebody spoke only for 3 seconds. That is time to. Who was that? I'm really happy if you guys can leave the auditorium. Like students who are interested, let they take benefit of this.
See, that is not professionalism. Clear? I mean, I'm just giving a hands-on example. That's not professionalism. You already had a chance not to attend this program. Correct? You're not forced to sit here. Even then, if you're not able to control your emotions after being a part of this, that is not professionalism. Right?
Yeah, that's why I just informed all the department HODs from BBA, BC, and BCom. I informed HODs in the first place, please don't force anybody to sit in my sessions. I don't want to force anybody to sit in my session. That's completely your wish. If you want to make use of it, you can sit. And when she asked about like, can anybody stand and speak for 30 seconds? Be honest. How many of you think you can talk?
Yeah. Don't have to
Just
talk.
think you didn't stand up. I agree because since you are students, fine. That confusions will be there. Just raise your hand. Yes, janake maatadtini anta annistu. That thought came.
Not in only English. I'm just saying any language for that matter. Just get up and talk. Okay, good
For
now.
boys, only one. Vande gandu gali irodu anta. Okay, so that's okay even if you don't talk, even if they don't talk, but you guys have to understand. See, I just mentioned very clearly when I started this conversation, let's keep this conversation as friendly as possible. Right? If some your friends ask, no, you guys, don't give them chance to talk. So they'll just tell, nimshana, nela kelbit matadu. That's what they'll do. But when we ask them, like they feel. So I want you guys to overcome that first. Okay, please do that. Please overcome that. And I have one last question related to behavioral questions. How important punctuality and how can we develop that habit of consistency?
Punctuality is something that is essential factor that will lead you to what you will be in the next 30 years also. If you're punctual now, that was what will define your next 30 years. And post that, your life, the retired life, will be very, very beautiful and soft. Like I say this because I take my father as an example. He was a headmaster and he retired. He was very punctual, not only with his work, with every daily activity also. Okay, let's take simple example. Just hydrating yourself. How many of you punctually hydrate yourself? Your body is having a lot of tissues, and your tissues need a lot of hydration. How punctually are you hydrating yourself? You're not hydrating yourself enough because I didn't see any one of you sipping water. Like, when somebody told me she didn't have a lunch, I just, insisted on sipping some water. Correct? Not anyone in this room are also sipping water. But if you saw me, when I entered, I sipped in water. When I got on the stage also, I was sipping water. I might get up and sip water anytime. So I'm very punctual in my daily habits also. Now let's come back to your work. Say you are very hungry and your mom has not cooked something for you or you do not have food around you. What would be your reaction? Innu agilva, eshtottu, correct? This is how all of us talk. So when you expect someone to be very punctual, you should be also the same way. Companies or anyone for that matter, if you've heard Narayan Murthy saying 70-hour work week, right? Which obviously the LNT chairman actually contradicted it. But whatever, even my students are working with L&T, there also punctuality and the time matters. So everywhere in the corporate or anywhere in the academics or anywhere you go to, punctuality is one that will show the trajectory of your growth. The more punctual you are, the more higher you grow. The less punctual you are, you will be the mediocre. Say you join in as a executive or executive, you'll just remain in the same level. You will not be an eligible candidate for promotions. I think punctuality is what brings you to the next level, and that is very important. And what is the other word, ma'am?
How they can be consistent.
Consistency. Everything again. I said this is consistency is an intrinsic property. I cannot push you to be consistent. And I believe motivation is a scam. I'm not here to motivate any one of you. I don't believe in that. If you're looking into 100 number of reels and saying, oh yeah, I'm going to exercise tomorrow, I'm going to do this tomorrow, that's not happening. Motivation is a self-driven process which is a collective sum of your habits. Little habits. So that book which I was referring to, James Clear's Atomic Habits, is something which will help you to learn to be consistent if you want to. And consistency is the key everywhere, and you have to develop it. And now that is an intrinsic thought process.
There is a saying also, motivation is overrated, consistency is underrated.
Underrated, yes.
So that's why I said you guys also. I'm really so sorry for those students who are taking your notebooks, but we don't have any other option we need to do. So that's why I said I don't want to do any seminars or workshop where trainer will come and they'll motivate you guys. Only for that 1 hour you'll get so much of motivation. That motivation will not consistent to the door also. So for that reason I want to have this discussion so that at least you guys will understand few things.
And just to sum up, you are what your habits are. That's very simple. Tell me your routine for the day. I will tell you what you are as a person and how you'll grow as a person also. If you do not do certain changes, be it very small, that's okay. You are not going to grow. And be consistent in anything. Like you always eat your breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So that's the level of consistency you have since your childhood, and you do it until death. So how many of you are every single day trying to learn something new? How many of you? One? Okay, there are a few boys trying to learn something new every day. That's really good. Not only from your background, say you're from commerce, you don't have to learn only finance, only HR, whatever. No, that's not life. See, I'm from science, I hold a PhD in physics. But today I work as a leadership coach and a communication coach. How did I get here? Because I did a lot of certifications. Doing certifications, I didn't look for the certificate, I was looking for the content. I never took up any course because I was looking at the end result. I was looking into the journey which was filling in my brain space. And today, if you ask me what I feel is very cool and very hot, but at the same time is a lot of information. That makes you look good. People will really get awestruck by your personality. Know a lot of things. See, I could not read, see the questions before. I didn't know the questions before because I was at Christ in the morning. But whatever she asks, I might not be giving the perfect answer, but I'm sure I'm answering accurately. Accuracy is important, guys. It's not about perfection all the time. Not any one of us can reach 100% perfection. Accuracy to a level has to be maintained.
Yes, so we are actually done with the behavioral related questions, which is related to placements as well as their personal well-being. So I just wanted to check, is anybody have a questions related to behavioral etiquettes? We can move to the dressing before going a power of dressing. So hope the questions which I framed might be useful for you guys. If you guys have any other questions, you can add up. Do you have any questions?
Anyone? At least one?
This is actually sad, but I hope students will overcome this. See, I can see their faces, like few students are smiling and few students ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ವಿ, ಎದ್ದೋದ್ರೆ ಮರ್ಯಾದೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡೋಣ. So we have last 8 to 9 questions left related to power dressing. Related to behavior, if you guys have any doubts, you can ask. To make a notes to ask questions. Very sadly, nobody have questions. There are two reasons. One, they might understood everything, or they might not understand anything. So
or yeah, there might be a third reason also. They think that we're not capable enough to answer them. Is that so?
They might be wiser than us. They might
It's
know
okay, guys.
everything.
But one thing I'll tell you: when someone gives you a chance to ask questions, please ask n number of questions, because when you get into your corporate life, you'll understand. Because
When I was a student also, I was the first person just to stand because I loved dressing up. When I get
show
a
up.
chance, I would just stand, not to just ask, just to show off that I dressed well. I do that whenever I get a chance. Even now, I used to attend so many conferences. So in that cases, if I get any chance, I'll just stand. Me being a girl, I always love attention.
Everyone on this earth loves attention. There's nobody who doesn't like attention.
Maybe our students, they might not love attention. That's why they're not standing to ask questions. We might take positive from this. Okay, so let's start with the power of dressing. We'll start with a few questions, then we can wind up so that you don't need to worry so much. You can count, we have 8 more questions. You can count the questions. After 8 questions, you guys are good to go finally. So we'll start with the first question. Suggest few outfit for both boys as well as girls to dress up for the interview. Few simple outfit, because everybody might be thinking wearing blazer is formals, wearing shirt is formal, or wearing this uniform is formals. Just give us them an idea what kind of outfit they can wear. A simple formals.
Okay. We'll start with boys. First of all, the choice of color is what matters in whatever cloth. Single color palette will always go. And if you do not know what is your color, all of us have a color. Look at your veins, and there's a theory which tells you what color suits you the best. If you get in touch with me, I can definitely share that PDF with you. Looking at your veins color, it will tell you which palette of colors goes well. Say for me, earthy tones and the oranges go well because of the color of the veins I have, and that is true. And the first time when she was impressed, yes, I was wearing earthy tones. So that is how it is. And don't go with blue every time. I don't know why we Indians are so obsessed with light blue and dark blue. We use it everywhere too much. No. Beige or mauve. These are beautiful, soft, nice colors, even for men, even for girls. So you can go with things like that. And girls, when shoes or your sandals, to be properly chosen, go with black sandals or brown or grey or beige. I think these 4 are the best colors.
So hope they got some idea what kind of colors they need to wear, because whenever I set them a campus placement, so there is one frequent question they'll be asking, ma'am, how dress hakondu barbeku? Formals or barbeka? Only blazer is formals. So they'll be having that question. I hope you guys got some idea. Next time I'll be not receiving that question, ma'am, yen dress hakondu barbeku? Okay, and there's one more doubt we have is wearing jeans shows a formal or informal.
It's informal. How was jeans invented? Jeans was first invented for cowboys who were herding the cows, right? They take care of the cows, and they needed some piece of cloth that is very rough. That is when jeans was invented. So jeans is a cowboy uniform. And then we have brought in it to our culture, we wear it. So that is one of the reasons that is not preferred in specifically South Asian countries. We do not wear jeans to workplace. It's considered informal.
Now they might got some idea what kind of colors, what kind of dress they need to wear. So I also wanted to understand, is grooming is necessary? Is grooming is important while attending the interview?
Definitely yes. Say if anyone walks into the room with their hair very messy, what would you think? You'd think they've not even taken a bath, right? So that is very important. The way you groom yourself tells how much you care for yourself, and that's how you look into the job also, right? If you are well groomed, then they'll definitely understand, yes, they will give their 100% into looking into this job also. Because most of the time, say if you're getting into a startup, the company would be their baby. It would be their brainchild. They're giving the baby to you to take care. And if you cannot take care of yourself, what would be you them? So that is something that's very important. With respect to grooming, boys, be very cautious and conscious both about your beard and mustache, right? Don't give different looks of your heroes and things like that. Keep it as subtle as possible, as simple as possible. Like when somebody looks at you, let them have a picture of your face, not your beard or mustache. Even for girls for that matter, please opt for lighter shades of lipsticks. Yeah, your lipstick should not speak for. Not any one of us are as ugly as our Aadhaar card picture. Okay, so stop looking at yourself, stop being so comparative about yourself, look into the camera only. That will give you a better focus and it will make the other person on the other side feel that you're involved. If you're looking at yourself, just record a video of yourself, guys. Then look at how you feel about it. So looking into the camera is one of the important things.
Just adding to that, because it's been 6 years I'm in placements. I used to get a lot of things also. There are a lot of students, when I set them a virtual interview, they'll just dress up till here.
Yeah.
They'll just wear a t-shirt and blazer to look professional. Sometime there's one incident happened. One student was attending an interview. That HR is my friend. So I was close with the HR and she was taking an interview, virtual interview. And somebody came, he locked the door. He locked the door and he was giving virtual interview. All of a sudden somebody came and they opened the door. And he wanted to close the door and he subconsciously forget that he didn't wear proper thing in under thing. So what he just did, somebody opened the door, he was giving interview and he wanted to close the door. What he did, he just asked, ma'am, can I take 1 second? I just ran off. When he ran off, we got to know that he didn't dress up well. So there are a lot of uncertainties also might happen. You guys also might be seeing in Instagram or any other social media platform. Whenever we said virtual interview, for that also please be ready. And we have one last question related to power dressing. So we have actually 2 more questions. I just wanted to see your expression, so I said one last. Okay, one last question anyway we have. Can poor dressing really be reason for the rejection in interview?
Yes, sometimes yes. Because I have rejected people when I was in one of the panels. Because not only in interview, guys, even in life also, when you're at home, please have a dress for your bedtime and for your daytime. Do not live in the same dress the whole day. Scientifically also it's not good, and even for your emotions, psychologically also that's not good. Because like the night changes to day, at least the minimum we can do is change our dress, right? Yeah. But adding to that point also, if you look at the world's greatest quantum physicists, all are shabbiest dresses. They are having the poorest dressing sense. But my question is, do you have so much upstairs? That's it. If you have so much upstairs and you can just do and ace anything you want to, and then your dressing sense is poor, then you can match it. But this is a setup, right? So you have to dress at least to the minimum, only then it works. Poor dressing, yes, it can be. Like I said, visual image, 55% it will.
Yes. So we're actually supposed to ask few more questions, but I don't want to drag a few more because whatever important I asked, because we are giving actually a insight informations to you guys. Might be you might not understand the value of discussion which we are doing right now. So definitely they'll understand once they go out of the campus. The reason why I don't want to ask few more questions, even if I have, let they ask if they have. So they might also thinking that nange question ಕೇಳಬೇಕಿತ್ತು ma'am already ಕೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ರು. So this might be the reason. I will give a chance to them, but the reason I don't want to ask because I can clearly we listen that reaction when I said one last question. Habba. So see, I don't want to continue the session when students have that kind of reaction because we
Now
don't
the
want
same
to.
thing in the, sorry to disturb you in between. Same thing in the corporate. Your boss is taking up a meeting. Okay? Would you give the same expression to them? Would you be able to give same expression to them? No. That's why I tell you, practice it from day one today. Okay? And just be ready for all the things. Even though if you're not interested in a conversation, at least show that you're interested. That is very important.
See, as a trainer, it's been like so many years I'm in training. So I'll train student only when they are interested. I'll take up interest only if they are interested. Correct? So now imagine like we'll speak for next 20 minutes and if they are not interested, they'll definitely not listen to us and our time and our valuable information will be wasted in the wrong place. But I'm not telling everybody. I know like there are few students actively listening. So that might be because of AC, you might getting distracted, few of them. But I believe as a trainer and as a professor also because I have experience of both. I'll not continue the class if students are getting bored. So now I guess this information's enough. This is the first panel. I hope you guys got so many informations. So I'll be happy if you guys implement all this and if you can make use of this panel discussion. And we are recording a video because we will be posting this kind of video in our YouTube official YouTube channel also, where your juniors also can watch this. And if you guys, we had a discussion, right? And why I'm telling this, now you might not understand the questions importance which I asked to her. Definitely you will just remember, oh, these questions we discussed somewhere. So if you feel, even after going out of the campus, if you have any confusions regarding this question, you can always come back to that video and you can check. And now don't take that for granted. Next time ಹೆಂಗು ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಮಾಡಿ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹಾಕ್ತಾರೆ, ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ ಅಂತ. Definitely don't do that because we are doing only this because power dressing is very important. So now we are done. I am done with the question. So I asked question on behalf of you guys. So now if you guys have any doubts, you guys can talk. So then we can wind up. Do anybody have a questions? Anyway, hardly will be here for 5-10 minutes so that you can ask your question, we can wind up.
If you are hesitant of asking a question, maybe post this also. I will wait for some time. If you have a question, you can always ask because you actually don't get chance to talk to people that easily. If you think, I will meet this lady somehow and talk, that's not true. All of us are busy. Even, for that matter, even you are busy. Even the person at the last bench or last seat is also busy. So meeting people is not something that has to be taken for granted. It is something that has to be valued. And the moment you get an opportunity, learn from them. Whatever it is, you have to learn from them. So you can ask some questions if you have.
Anybody have a questions? No? You guys want to go home? Hungry? For this, they have voice. So you guys might be, fine, we'll be winding up. You guys might be not understanding the value of sitting here. Because even now I'll go out, even if I'm working here in KLE, I'll go out to train corporate people as well. We will be charging like almost 20,000 per hour, 10,000 per hour to train the corporate people. Because since they're working, they know the value of this, right? So you might be thinking, 1 hour astella pay madtara. Yes, we charge actually 50k, 80k depends on the company per hour to give the same session. So that's okay. So anyway, so I just wanted to thank you so much, Dr. Parvati Venu ma'am, for joining us today. Hope our students got some insight, information. Let's have a huge round of applause to Dr. Parvati Venu ma'am.